Well, former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, a man who's been around politics for a while, joins us now. Governor, thanks for coming on. So,
Thank you.
I know you're not a Trump
Congratulations
voter.
on your new show.
Well, thank you very much.
Right.
Hope you'll come on. You're not a Trump voter, but you got to concede Trump does have a point here. He had no role in creating or passing Obamacare. It was a purely Democratic operation passed on a party line vote, and it's not working very well. Parts of it are fine, but parts of it are a disaster. And Chuck Schumer's attempt to pretend that it's Donald Trump's fault is a little much, no?
No, look, what Schumer is saying, what Democrats are saying, and 20 million Americans that might lose coverage is, okay, Republicans, you want to repeal it? Fine, but what's your alternative? And so far in the last 7 years, I have not seen a Republican alternative. I mean, what's going to happen to the pre-existing condition? Will that be eliminated? What about those kids between 21 and 26 years old? Will they be covered? Will costs go down? I mean, there's no beef there on the Republican side. And I think what Schumer is asking legitimately is, okay, you want to repeal it? What's your alternative? What are you proposing? That's all he's saying.
I mean, I think we both know that pre-existing conditions and the ability to keep your kids on until late middle age or whatever it is are both very popular, and they will stay. The costs, as you know, have risen, so it's not a question of bringing them down. It's a question of just stopping the rise. But the real question is, would Democrats, if they were in charge, keep it the way it is? I mean, is that the alternative Schumer is suggesting? It's doing fine, let's just keep it? Does anyone believe that?
I think what President Obama said and what Democrats are looking at is, yeah, there's no question, especially during the election period, some of the premiums went up. How can we keep the costs down? I think that is a legitimate issue. There are issues relating to states and Medicaid. You know, a lot of states, a lot of Republican governors, including the one here in New Mexico, chose to continue using Medicaid. The big problem, Tucker, is in the interim period between the repeal and a new law, which some Republicans have said will take 6 months, what's the alternative? What's going to happen to all these people, 20 million, that are under Obamacare? And it's not just poor people, it's the middle class, it's Anglos, Hispanics, as you know, you were talking in your previous segment, it should cover everybody.
Well, I don't think it's quite a racial question, but I mean, 20 million out of a country of 335 million, not a huge, I mean, the truth is the system itself doesn't work. And I think most Democrats privately will concede that. So why wouldn't the Democrats say, here are our ideas for reforming it? I'd hate to think that because it's this president's signature achievement, they wouldn't want to concede that it doesn't work. But they know it doesn't work. Why don't they admit it?
Well, I mean, but look, the reality is that Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So now it's their responsibility to govern. So what is wrong with Republicans saying repeal? All right, you want to repeal, but what's the alternative? I have not seen an alternative on their side. So the burden is on those that won the election. And I think Donald Trump legitimately won the election. I'm worried about his criticism of the intelligence community and denying Russian hacking. But I concede and I want him to succeed. He is my president, although, you know, during this period, he's not respected the presidential transition. There's only one president. He's tweeting policy and programs before he even takes office, and that's not right. That makes me uncomfortable.
It's not right for him to express his opinion before he's sworn in. But let me just ask you, so you saw the Democrats on the Hill with their sign, Make America Sick Again, which is what they claim Trump will do. If you look at life expectancy in the United States, it's gone up for some groups since Obamacare passed, but it's declined precipitously for other groups. The outcome doesn't seem to be at all what we have expected. A lot of people are dying earlier than they did when Obama took office. Does that factor into your consideration about whether Obamacare was successful?
Well, yeah, look, I think it has been successful. Yeah, there are flaws. We can make it better. Maybe too much bureaucracy, some of the cost issues. Yeah, well, you know, that's not good. But, you know, 70 today, and I'm not there yet, is, you know, the 50s and 60s of the past. You don't have to worry about that. You're still a young guy. But I think at the same time, Tucker, let's reform it. Let's make it better, but not repeal it with no alternative. This is not going to be good policy, and it's not going to be good politics.
Well, I think if they repeal it with no alternative, that indeed would be bad. Hard to imagine that happening, but we'll see. Governor, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.